Everyone's panicking. Everyone's making transfers. Let's rank the top 10 transfers that you lot are making in FPL game week 5. So, the first player people are bringing in, and rightly so, Ty, is Semenyo. Ty, let me tell you this. I thought Semenyo was a brilliant FPL asset before, but on the weekend, he took penalties, and I'm so jealous I didn't move Bruno to Semenyo. Has that changed your mind? Now he's on penalties as an even better FPL asset, and even
do you know what? It's
captaincy option now in certain weeks.
Potential captaincy option, not only for the future weeks, but this week. Arsenal have got Man City, Liverpool early kickoff against Everton, Manchester United taking on Chelsea, Tottenham, Brighton away. When you look at Semenyo this week of Newcastle at home, 2 o'clock on a Sunday, you know that there's going to be opportunity for Semenyo. He is the main go-to guy for Bournemouth. And now being on penalties, it's like having a cherry with the bakewell right in the middle. And this is why I'm going to tell you, on my team this week, Antoine Semenyo is already in it. I made a move early. I jumped the gun. And if you're watching this video, people, he is a must buy. I got him at 7.4 million. He's now at 7.5. But when you look at other 7.5 million assets out there, if not 8 million assets out there, he is the perfect prime candidate. He is everything for Bournemouth. And there's no way you can wait or avoid. He is get him now. The next player we're going to look at is the Chelsea midfield maestro, Moises Caicedo. But is he an FPL maestro, Baines?
See, in previous years, we would have said no. But Ty, is he a DEFCON master? And the answer is yes. So against Brentford, he got 17 defensive contributions. Against Fulham, he got 23. Against West Ham, he only got 7. And against Crystal Palace, he got 12. So in 3 out of 4 games, he's got DEFCON points. But more importantly, is the rate that he's getting at, like 23 DEFCONs.
Crazy. He's nearly doubling the amount.
Exactly. So that's where I do see, like, let's say, the urge to buy Moises Caicedo. But
he's also fixture proof. He always starts.
Yeah. But at the same time, the only thing I would say is, if we're looking at teams' structures overall, a lot of people have, let's say, a Robert Sanchez or a Chelsea defender. A lot of people have a Joao Pedro, and a lot of people are looking to bring in potentially a Palmer in coming weeks, innit?
Yeah.
So do you really want to block your third Chelsea spot with Moises Caicedo? I think the answer is no. But at the same time, if we're looking at Caicedo as a standalone asset, I don't think he's a horrible option. I would buy him if people want to go there.
I'll go avoid because I know he's going to get DEFCON points, but I also like contributions from my midfield. And I think, there's maybe options like Declan Rice out there that can maybe get DEFCON. I haven't seen his DEFCON points, but you look at him as an option from corners as well. Enzo, like you said, another midfielder that likes to get further forward. He's likely to get attacking returns and maybe potentially some DEFCON points. But you look at Chelsea's fixtures, Man United away on paper. Man United need to bounce back. Brighton at home, and then they've got Liverpool at home. I don't know if it's the right weeks now to be going for an Enzo or a Caicedo. So I would be saying avoid.
Ty, would you not say those 3 games are perfect for DEFCON? Especially that
Liverpool game. I want more than DEFCON. I want more than DEFCON.
Ty, 5.5. Like, a lot of people have Elliot Anderson for DEFCON. Why is Moises Caicedo a worse asset than Elliot Anderson?
I'm not saying he is, but I think at the end of the day, I don't want to have Elliot Anderson in my team much longer. So I wouldn't replace him for Caicedo. I feel like, yeah, maybe it's time to get rid. And with Moises Caicedo, I'm going to go avoid.
I'm going to go with buy. I love DEFCON. Ty, you know that.
Wow, we've got right, comments. We're going to put him in wait because that's the only way we can go in the middle.
Yeah.
But comments, this is where you need to watch and decide this. Caicedo, buy, wait, or avoid.
Okay. So the next player is Newcastle's main number 9 now. The German 6'4", 6'5", Woltemade. Ty, goal on the weekend on his debut. So what are you thinking now?
Plays 65, 70 minutes. So they got some good minutes out of him, but something tells me to avoid right now. They've got Bournemouth away. It's going to be a tricky game. At the same time, they could probably score in that game as well, and it may be him. They've got Arsenal at home after that, and then they've got Forest at home. Now, the two sides of me, part of me saying avoid, because yes, he scored, but how much was he really involved in the whole game? He didn't actually get involved too much, but he got the goal. But I feel like these are quite tough games against opposition with a new manager in Ange. Arsenal very good defensively, and Bournemouth in form at the moment in the top 4. I just think Woltemade might need these games to fully acclimatise to the Premier League. So I don't think it's a transfer I will be making. But also, if people want to go for a differential, I can understand why they would go for it, because 2 home games for Newcastle always means they're going to create chances. But for me, I'm going to go and avoid just to wait and see and, see if he acclimatizes.
I probably agree with avoid for now, but I would say he's very, very promising in terms of his Premier League debut. The only thing I would say, I don't think Newcastle attacking wise have fully clicked it. I think
Yeah.
that's fair to say. Like,
And
obviously,
Gordon
Elanga
and
didn't start
Gordon's
the
still out
weekend.
Gordon's still out for 2 more games as well.
Yeah, and we know that Newcastle's attack can reach a very, very high level. So I would say avoid for
Yeah.
now, but it's definitely something that in the future could be a potential
Yeah.
buy option. So the next player is the Arsenal right back, left back, centre back. He can do it all. Jurriën Timber, Tyrone. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I love Arsenal's defense, but when that comes to FPL, I'm putting them in with guaranteed clean sheets potentially. I'm going to go avoid. I think Arsenal right now with Man City at home, yes, they could potentially keep a clean sheet. Look, they could, but I also know that Man City can score goals. So Man City could score there. They're going Newcastle away after that. I would be avoid, but then in 3 more game weeks, an Arsenal defender must be had. West Ham at home, Fulham away, Palace at home. Already 3 fixtures you're looking at thinking they can get a clean sheet. So for me, wait.
I don't think your dogs are agreeing. And you know why I say that? It's because one thing we've realized with Arsenal is that they're fixture proof. No matter who they're playing, they can keep a clean sheet against any single side in the world, in my eyes, isn't it? So, knowing that, do you not think it'll be that we can jump on Timber if we have to right now and maybe buy him?
I hear you, but if we're looking at wait, when we say wait, we're saying 2 weeks, right? Probably about that.
Yeah, let's say 2 weeks. I
Yeah,
think
so
that's
wait,
fair.
so he's in the wait category because I think after 2 weeks, Arsenal players are a staple. But I just can't make that transfer knowing that they've got City, they've got Newcastle, and they're definitely probably going to concede in one of them, and they could concede in both.
Yeah, fine. You know what's high? We'll go with wait. So the next player is Jack Grealish. Ty, he blanked against Aston Villa, but his performance was very good. What are you thinking now?
Oh, do you know what I like about Grealish? I do feel like he's one of them players that no matter who he plays against, you could have him in. They've got Liverpool away on the weekend. I don't think Liverpool are the best defensively. We know that Conor Bradley's coming, so Bozai's been playing right back. If they're going to get joy, it is going to be from him playing in that left wing position potentially. Then after that, you look at Everton's fixtures. They've got West Ham at home, Crystal Palace at home. I actually think he might be a buy because I think for his price, when you're looking at Grealish and for the price, I think you're getting guaranteed involvement with the potential to get points. And I'm happy to take the risk on that. But if you're also going in Dye, who's on penalties, he's probably more of the goal scoring threat. So if you gave me a choice of maybe Ndiaye or Grealish, I probably would slide with Ndiaye because I feel like I'm going to get more productivity in terms of shots on goal and that side of things and being on pens. So if you bought Grealish, I'm happy for you to buy him. But if you said to me, get Ndiaye, I would say yes, buy. So maybe a wait. Oh, I don't know.
Ty, I think this might be controversial, but I'm going to say avoid. The reason I say avoid with Jack Grealish right now, yeah, Game Week 4 was a different story. Game Week 5 now, we're looking at Liverpool is obviously a very, very difficult fixture. Could he return? Yes, but very difficult. West Ham, Crystal Palace after that, favourable, let's say. But then in Game Week 8, they have Man City, and you can't play that Man City game, innit? Because obviously that's the parent club. So now at this point where you're looking at the next couple of weeks, Liverpool, Man City, where Man City is guaranteed 0 points, would you not now just say, let me avoid Jack Grealish? There's not much in between Jack and Ndiaye, and just go with Ndiaye.
Yeah, sold to the man in the grey jumper.
Let's go. Jack Grealish.
We were both in grey jumpers, but yeah.
So the next person, Erling Haaland. Ty. I'll be honest, this, in
what
my
are
opinion,
you thinking? What are you thinking on this one? Let's switch it up. I want you to go first.
Okay, see, twisted it on me. You know what, Ty? As I said, I think this is the fittest Haaland's looked in a very long time. Against Manchester United, he looked very, very sharp, innit? But at the same time, like I said, I feel like Arsenal are a team that are fixture-proof defensively. No matter who they're playing, we know it's going to be very, very difficult to break them down. Which is why on Erling Haaland, I would say wait. Game week 6, Burnley, that's the fixture to target. But for now, Arsenal away, I'm not too sure if you're buying Haaland this week.
I think he's a wait, and you just definitely get him in after this fixture. It's simple as that. And he's a hold for a long time. Erling Haaland gets goals, looking fit, looking sharp, Foden back, Doku trying to get forward again now. Yeah, it's just a wait for this 1 week only. I've got him in my normal FPL, so I'm going to keep him, of course, start him. But there's going to be loads of people in the week after this free hitting and trying to get him in just for the Burnley fixture. But yeah, for me, wait 1 week and he's a must. And now we're looking at Cole Palmer, the Chelsea main man. back with a bang against Brentford within 5 minutes of coming on 3 shots, including a goal. Is Cole Palmer someone that is back on your radar, Baines?
Ty, I think the answer will have to be yes. And it's not necessarily to do with their goal. I think when you watch that overall performance against Brentford, I think that's the sharpest Cole Palmer's looked in the Premier League
Again,
for
I was about to say, Haaland and him have come back sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Palmer might have needed that rest kind of thing. Like he was carrying that injury. Now it looks like his first touch against Brentford was bad, didn't it? His first touch
Yeah.
on the game. And I was like, is Cole Palmer coming back too soon? But then the rest of the game, I thought he looked brilliant. Like this is the Cole Palmer that I think we've known over the years, but we haven't really seen in 2025 in, let's say, the Premier League.
And the reason, and the Cole Palmer we signed in FPL GameWeek 1 when everyone had him.
Yeah. And if you're looking at Chelsea's next couple of fixtures, United, he's already scored a hat-trick in the past against United.
Yeah.
Could Cole Palmer return? The answer is yes. Game week 6, Brighton. That's a brilliant
Well,
fixture.
we saw what he done last season.
Exactly. Game week 7, Liverpool a bit tougher. Game week 8, Nottingham Forest. Again, a brilliant fixture. Game week 9, Sunderland. 10, Tottenham. 11, Wolves.
Yeah,
12,
get your
Burnley.
money. Basically, he's saying get your money out.
Listen, you're going to have to find a way at one point to get Cole Palmer in. I think United is a good entry point.
Yep.
I'm going to say Cole
He'll be
Palmer
a differential as well. Yeah. Have you still got him?
No.
Okay. Decisions.
But listen, decisions have to be made soon. And Cole Palmer for now is a buy.
Now, this one is really interesting because when I look at Spurs, sometimes they can keep clean sheets, but sometimes I also think they concede, as we saw with the Bournemouth game before the international break. But Mickey van der Ven, a goal, a clean sheet on the weekend, a brilliant 14-pointer. Is he someone you're looking at in the next 3 games?
Ty, even in my normal FPL team right now, I'm looking at Mickey van der Ven. 3 clean sheets in the opening 4. He's still at a very good price point at 4.6. Tottenham defensively a lot more resolute under Thomas Frank. Their fixtures going forward, by the way, are still excellent. Brighton next, Wolves in game week 6, Leeds in game week 7. Game week 8, they have Aston Villa, who are the only side in the top 7 divisions in England not to have scored a goal. So the next 4 are very, very favourable from a defensive point of view from Tottenham. So you know what, Ty? I would be looking to buy him in.
I've got him and I'm keeping him. So if that's enough to buy him, put him in buy.
I'm jealous.
And now we're looking at the Crystal Palace defender and captain Mark Guehi. A good game against Aston Villa, followed up by another clean sheet as well on the weekend against Sunderland. Is he someone that's Mr. Consistent? And would you be buying him, waiting, or voiding?
You know what, Ty? I have no problems with Mark Guehi as an FPL asset. But for me is, at 4.5, you have Chris Richards, who's better on DEFCON and the same defense as Mark Guehi. At 5 million, you have Lacroix, who's better again at DEFCON. I just don't see the need spending that extra 0.1 million going Guehi.
And that one-off game against Villa where he scored, that's not happening every week.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I feel like that's kind of swayed the transfers, even though, listen, we know that's not going to be a recurring theme. He's not like an aerial threat from the box. I don't get it. So the last player on this video who's going to ruin our formation now, because we're all equal 3-3-3 in each section, is Joao Pedro time. I'll be honest, 66% ownership right now in that FPL, but I don't know what I'm thinking with Joao Pedro. I'll let you go first.
I think I might be able to help. I think that with Palmer back, we're going to see him playing probably behind the striker or sometimes out on the right. Is this going to impact Joao Pedro in a positive way or negative way? Well, I think if Cole Palmer's on the pitch, hopefully that means Joao Pedro will get more chances. The only thing that I'm worried about from a Joao Pedro perspective is that I know he likes to operate in the same areas as Cole Palmer. So is that going to be sort of like a collision now and they're going to sort of be taking up the same areas as each other? You know, Mosquera's already come out and said against Brentford, Joao Pedro is not an out-and-out 9. We needed some more mobility to stretch the defence to make them work. But I feel like if you haven't got either of them, I'd probably go with Palmer. But Joao Pedro price point, he's fixture proof. He's going to start Chelsea's fixtures. It's hard to, you can't put a void because the fixtures are a plus. It's just whether you think Palmer's upside is going to, Palmer being back is going to help Joao Pedro, or you feel like it's going to impact him. And I'm with you. I'm quite torn. I don't know if that means we should wait or we just say to people, look, buy him and hope that the form continues. You got an assist at the weekend. You got 2 bonus points. I'm keeping him because I've already got him. But with Palmer back now, I've got to say to people, look, should you buy Palmer or should you buy Pedro? One is nearly 2.8 million more expensive than the other.
I'll be honest, Ty. I feel like as a Joao Pedro owner, this is me saying it, we've been very, very lucky with the returns. Like the assist that he got for Palmer was literally was the Brentford defender headed it onto
Headed it
Joao
onto
Pedro, and
him.
Joao Pedro like forced the Palmer very nicely. Bonus points as well with Joao Pedro is a positive in terms of he keeps getting them, but at the same time, how does he keep getting them? Because against Brentford, he was pretty much on 0, and then all of a sudden with that assist, he shot up to 2, and I was like, there's no way he stays on 2, and he did. So that's one thing where I look at is from an FPL point of view, that's obviously a positive. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I said on my game week 3 team selection video, or game week 4, we going into the season expected Joao Pedro to be a 70-minute man, realistically, innit? Chelsea got a couple injuries, and then we all said he was going to be a 90-minute man. But was that always going to be the case? Because now he obviously in game week 4 was a bit difficult because he was back for an international break a bit later compared to the other players he played with Brazil. Now Chelsea obviously have Bayern Munich on Wednesday. How many minutes now do we expect Joao Pedro to get on the weekend? Do I expect him to start against United? The answer is yes. But then Chelsea also have options in terms of that front line. We know, for example, Garnacho made his debut. They have obviously Tyreek George that can play up top. They have a couple options.
And we know Cole Palmer's always going to get 90 minutes. So maybe put him in weight and Palmer's the buy.
But at the same time, 66% ownership. Can you bet against it?
I would say buy because I just think he's just a striker you don't have to worry about the rest of the season. I'm not going to look at changing him unless he hits a cliff.
Okay, I'm going to go with buy. But at the same time, I'm not convinced. But listen.
Yeah. Let's just go with buy. Yeah.
So this is our ranking for game week 5 transfers that you lot are making. Ty, are you happy with how this looks?
I am happy with how it looks, but I still want the comments to decide. Caicedo, let us know. And also make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding!